Und hier müssen wir wieder hoch. Und
Seeing no other possible escape route, you
ab aus dem
climb onto
Fenster.
the ledge and carefully lower yourself outside, hoping to find a decent foothold. It is a long way down.
Great. Castle. So. Klettere die Wand hinunter. Halbwegs wirst du von Fledermäusen angegriffen und fällst herunter.
You are way
Also wenn das wirklich etwas ist, was man nicht verhindern kann, dass man runterfällt, oder ein nettes Gimmick irgendwie, auch ein bisschen doof, glaube ich.
Suddenly, you hear a switching noise in your ear. It's joined by two others.
Oh
You
nein!
instinctively try to brush whatever it is away, but in doing so, lose your hold on the bricks and fall backwards.
War mal wieder ein Schuss in den Ofen.
Time slows as you fall, and your world turns black.
Das ist super, wenn er jetzt da einfach runterfallen würde. Das wird's lieben.
Our guest has awoken, my love.
Ah, good evening, dear king.
Ah.
I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Count Kaldor, former lord of the realm of Kolyma. May I present my wife, Countess Lavidia?
A pleasure to see you again.
In gratitude to you for alerting me to my wife's grave condition, I took the liberty of preparing you a dish. I thought you might be hungry after your harrowing adventure at my window. You will forgive us if we do not join you. Our tastes differ from yours, do they not, my darling?
You shudder to think what different tastes actually means, but for some reason you note that you can no
Blut und
longer
Morde.
hear any rats squeaking in the distance.
Indeed, so much to become accustomed to.
You shall have all the time that the world has to share to grow accustomed to such things. Well, perhaps 30 years. Should the father locate the item by then, there might not be enough world left for anyone afterwards.
Has this father, to do with why you frequently went abroad, always with that cloak of yours?
Most certainly. But I think that my affiliation with him and his association has come to a close.
Er
My
futtert nebenbei.
obligations to them took me away from my beloved too often. I do not wish to repeat that mistake.
You are forgiven, my love.
Their attention, which seemed to have wavered momentarily, now redirects back to you.
Well, well, well. What to do with this one?
What were you going to do with him?
Kill him. I had
Warum?
quite clear instructions from Hagatha, who had apparently received them from the father himself.
But if you are not, as you say, affiliated with his association anymore,
They both share a knowing smile.
tell us, King Graham, why are you here in Kolyma?
You take a deep breath, trying to ignore the fact that you are the only one capable of doing so, and relate your story of the vision in the magic mirror and your quest to find the 3 gems of nature. The Count and Countess exchange cryptic smiles.
Romancing the stones.
Indeed.
Obviously,
Ja, Sie haben den Titel genannt.
as you did not understand it.
So you search for the one with which you would share the rest of your life. On that I cannot fault you, nor on your intentions here. Therefore, I can forgive the trespassing. However, there is the matter of the dark gem you wish to remove from my castle.
Ah.
I place a deal before you. I am looking for a magnificent sapphire-encrusted tiara. It is a valuable family heirloom and has been on this estate for centuries. This castle and its estate are old, though. It could be virtually anywhere, in any number of hiding places. I suspect there are many that even I am not aware of. I wish to present this tiara to my wife as a gift to
Übrigens haben wir hier jetzt einen Punkt verloren, was halbwegs interessant ist. Weil es so ein Gefühl gibt, wir haben irgendwas falsch gemacht.
Then I will give you the gem you seek and your freedom.
You nod, unable to believe that you have virtually been ushered away from death's door just so you can run an errand for a couple of vampires. You do not want to think about the consequences if you fail to meet the deadline.
Ja, das kriegen wir hin. So. Genau, beim Grafen. Beim Graf. Okay. So, jetzt müssen wir noch mal ein paar Mal mit denen reden. Sprich weiter mit Graf und der Gräfin.
So, I have until just before sunrise to retrieve this tiara?
That is correct.
And if I am unable to before that time?
The Count's eyes glint red as he looks directly into your own.
For your own sake, I shall hope that you are successful.
You bravely suppress a shudder. It seems clear that you are not off the hook yet. The Count has nothing more to say to you at the moment.
Pardon my asking, but as the Countess of this realm, I presume you have lived in this castle before now?
Yes, that is so.
Then how did you come to live in that old house by the sea?
After my husband died, I continued to live in the castle for a time. I watched my newborn son grow into a man, marry, and have a child of his own.
Possum.
Yes. Shortly after her birth, however, my son and his wife both befell a tragic end at the hands of...
The Countess looks pained and appears unable to continue.
I apologize if I have caused you to relive your grief.
Oh.
A vampire cannot truly feel grief, but perhaps my wife still recalls hers. I shall continue for her, if you so wish.
This story seems to have affected her in some way. You decide not to query the Countess further.
Please, if I may know, how were your son and daughter-in-law lost to you?
They were slain by the Brotherhood.
Oh nein, nicht die Bruderschaft. Die Bruderschaft
You
aus
have
Stahl.
met them at the
Ah,
church.
da dran.
Your mind reels, so that is the connection.
Why would the Brotherhood kill your heirs? Oh.
As you have just guessed, the Brotherhood wish an end to the reign of my family. Why else would they give you the means to penetrate my domain, so that you could do their dirty work for them?
The Cross Key.
Exactly. Stolen from me through stealth, and their own brand of magic. The Counts of Kolyma have all descended from a single bloodline. We have always been partial to change, as opposed to the stagnating status quo of the Brotherhood. Over the last few decades, the Brotherhood have tried to dispose of my family as best they could. That which I am now was brought about by them. They were the ones who set the monstrous, infected bat upon me. Long have I cursed my ineptitude. I should have used
Ich muss
magic
sagen,
to
heute kommen wir
defend
echt nicht
myself.
weit voran, so
Do not be
punktestandmäßig.
so hard on yourself, my dear. I remember that night well. That hideous creature gave you no chance.
Perhaps. But I should have awoken from my dark sleep sooner. Then I would have been able to protect our beloved son and his wife, and you would not have been forced to flee the castle, to live out your days in that wretched old house, under a false identity.
It was not so bad a time. Dear little possum loved it. I hope she will be as happy in her new home. She has a new life now, with no reason to fear anymore.
This brotherhood, are they real monks?
They were once, but something happened to them.
Und jetzt sind sie Werwölfe.
Local folklore would have you believe that Weirwood Forest is a host to certain entities, spirits of the wild they are called.
And what of them?
I believe the monks encountered these spirits. What occurred specifically is beyond anyone's knowledge but their own. But it is evident that the men were given the ability to transform themselves. Unfortunately, their minds were apparently transformed also. They began to believe they were destined to rule, and since have presented great danger to myself and my family.
So the danger you face is not a result of some decades-old feud?
Not at all, dear king, though history will likely reflect such. But, to answer your question, the members of the Brotherhood are no longer the goodly monks they once were. They do not represent
Wird, dass
their
das
fellow
Face hier nicht
brethren
einfach nach
well.
rechts zeigt. Würde eigentlich
The
Sinn ergeben.
Count has nothing. The Count is.
So, gut, jetzt müssen wir den Schinken nehmen. Jetzt nur ein Problem, dass ich hier nicht sehe, was der Schinken ist. Ich jetzt einfach irgendwas mitnehme,
You
glaube ich.
take the ham from the dining table.
Hab den Schinken genommen. Super. Speichern, Dinner beim Grafen ersetzen. Perfekt. So. Können wir genau die 118. Verlasse den Raum auf der linken Seite und wieder ab. In die Hauptaula, in den Saal. Was jetzt? Hier links auf der linken Seite in die Bibliothek. Oh mein Gott, wer hat diese... Was, die Bibliothek? Jetzt nicht, oder ist da noch irgendwas? Nein. Ich glaube, wir müssen da hoch. Das sieht nach einer Bibliothek aus. Und
You
noch
see a young woman sitting on the dusty
Irgendjemand.
floor. She has a book in her lap entitled Little Red Riding Hood.
Ha! So, jetzt müssen wir mit ihr reden. Hm,
I wish I could read this story.
The book tells the story of a young girl who met a wolf in the forest.
wow, jetzt
The
hat das
young woman's
gespoilert.
head
Was für ein
snaps up.
Arsch.
Her black
Danke.
eyes drill into your own. You gasp as you realize you are looking at yet another
Ja, schwarzes.
vampire. Just how many has the Count made tonight? The young woman's lips transform from hungry to, fortunately, pleasant recognition.
So you are the guest of my grandfather's house. I was hoping I would meet you again.
The woman is startlingly beautiful, but in an eerie, unnatural
Again?
way. You find yourself unable to speak for a moment. She does look somewhat familiar,
Ja, wäre
but
jetzt...
from where?
Oh, my handsome gentleman does not recognize me?
Should I?
You remember the basket, the soup?
With a start, you recognize the young woman. She's grown and matured considerably since you last saw her. The little girl, Possum, has been transformed completely into this. She has traded her small ruby cloak for a dazzling satin robe
Weil
of
das
the
ist jetzt
same
Possum?
color.
Also das...
Are you unhappy with my appearance?
No, it's just that you have me at a disadvantage. I do not know your real name.
Anastasia.
A beautiful name.